Good morning, everyone. I hope you're well. What a beautiful day. I feel like perhaps my assembly yesterday brought the sunshine back. I would think reading about the colour in the book brought the colour out in the sky. After a grey day yesterday, we've got a beautiful blue sky today. So, today my assembly is a little bit different to normal. I'm going to talk to you about respect and respect in our environment, which I've talked to you about a lot before. But I want to talk to you about some particular spaces in our school that need to be treated with a bit more respect. And then I've got some very special things to read to you. Usually I would read you a story. Quite often it's one that Mrs. Hamilton has recommended to me. But today, Mrs. Hamilton didn't recommend the story to me. It's not even a story, really. It's some incredible writing that I found in our hall yesterday. But we'll come to that later. So, first of all, I'm going to talk to you about respect. Now, we talk about respect all the time, don't we? And often I talk to you about respect in terms of treating other people with respect. But I know that we must also treat our environment with respect and our surroundings. And a little while ago, we set up the woodland monitors. Callum from Starlings joined me in an assembly, and we talked to you about keeping the woodland area safe and keeping it beautiful by treating it with respect. And I've noticed that behaviour in the woodland area has really improved. So thank you very much for that. People are treating it with respect and they're following those guidelines. There are two areas where we need to think a bit more about the way we're treating them. One of them is the teepee. So Miss Buckman and I were talking yesterday, and we talked about the fact that sometimes during exciting games, the teepee can get bashed about, and that's okay, but you need to think about the damage that you might be doing to the teepee. Miss Buckman's had to repair it recently, so if you're playing in the teepee, or if you're playing near the teepee, can you try your hardest not to bang into it too heavily? And if you've got a really big twig or stick with you, don't bash the side of the teepee, because otherwise it's not going to be there for other people to use, and that's not really showing respect. The second part I want to show you is around the edge of the mugger, right by the wall. So we used to be allowed to run around on the mud here, but actually we've made the decision that area is no longer an area for you to run around in. Now you need to stay off that area. We've got lots of mud that you can run in the woods, in the woodland area, and we've got our fake grass and we've got our mugger. So there's lots of places where you can run around. But actually, in this area here, we're trying to grow some plants. And it's really important that we treat those plants with respect and we treat the area with respect so that those plants can grow. I've noticed along the back of the wall over there are some sunflowers that are growing, and wouldn't it be incredible if we had huge, beautiful sunflowers growing on our playground? So please make sure that you listen to the signs, you stop, you show respect to the flowers, and you allow them to grow. I'm going to be talking to our SMSAs, the adults who are outside during our playtimes, about making sure that no one goes near those plants. If you're queuing up by the wall at the top there, make sure you don't reach over and touch the plants because they need to grow, so we need to treat them with lots and lots of respect. Okay, right, on to the reading part of my assembly. I found a book that said found poetry on it yesterday while I was in the upstairs hall at lunchtime. And I found this beautiful book, and it said it was created by Ospreys class. And because I love reading so much, I flicked through the book, and inside I found the most incredible poetry. So I'm going to read you some of the poems. I don't know whose they are. I know that they are children from Ospreys class, and I've just picked out a few of them, which I would really love to share with you. And I think perhaps what would be a good idea is after this assembly, I'm going to go and speak to Osprey's class, and I'm going to find out a little bit more about how these poems were made. And I can talk to you about that in tomorrow's assembly. So, here's the first poem. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller. Beyond maps, the sun still shines, glinting off the icebergs in the north. This far north Even the stars do not behave as you might expect. And that is probably just as well, because without Ursa Minor breaking a few rules. What an amazing poem. I woke in my narrow bed, my tummy rumbled as I stretched my arms, and I sat up, Dad called from the kitchen. Porridge is ready! Coming! Another amazing poem. Okay, let's read the next one. Beyond the past, the sun still shines. Darkness is so far north. Okay, so 3 poems there, and I feel like those poems have really shown excellence. I think the process that the Ospreys have gone through is they've looked at a page from a book that they have read, and then they've shaded in the words they don't want and just highlighted certain words from the page. And those words have an amazing impact. There's one more I want to read you, but I've not got it on the screen. So I'm just going to read you it from the book. And the reason I'm reading you this one is because I loved the rhythm of the poem. So, beyond the greatest, truest maps lies Erkenwald. Here the sun shines at midnight, glinting icebergs sipping between sorrowful cliffs. In the west, cold winter nights bleed on. Darkness is thick, this far north. Even stars do not behave. And, without the little bear constellation, the truth of the thing perhaps would have a different name for these 7 stars. Amazing. Incredible poetry created by our children in Year 5. Thank you very much to Ospreys for letting me read their poems. I'm going to come and talk to you, and I'm going to talk to the rest of school about how those poems were made tomorrow. Please make sure that you are showing respect to our new plants in our playground, and make sure that you continue to show excellence. Bye-bye.